Dave Campbell, aka the Funcle, dubbed by my wonderful nephew. He loves to use fruit, and I do too. I want to talk to you about a few things today. I'm going to try not to ramble. So, what I want to talk to you today about is the regeneration model. Now, it's sounding kind of hokey, I'm sure, to have somebody talk to you like there's been a great discovery made. This great, wonderful, miraculous discovery. And I get that. But this thing that I'm going to share with you it's something that we all know. It's something that we all do intuitively as human beings because of our state of being. And yet, it's not been defined by science or theology that I can tell, except that the Apostle Paul presented it in a spiritual context, and this occurs, I think St. Paul, the Apostle, wrote the Hebrews, by the way, so. But anyway, Hebrews 5:11 through 6:3 is where I found this amazing phrase that captivated me. And since 1997, I've been trying to figure out how I can take this phrase and put it in common everyday language, and I think I figured it out. Well, I did figure that out quite a while ago with the authority, power, responsibility, and accountability bit. But how to apply it? What's the real mojo behind it? What's the real power behind this? And it's the power behind authority, power, responsibility, and accountability is that it is the way that we process truth. People in our state of being, we know hot, we know cold, we know right, we know wrong. We have to process things so that we get to the point where we understand that something works or something doesn't work. Everybody needs resources, so we are looking for resources from the minute we are born. We come out of the womb and we're hungry. We're looking for something to eat, and we see the milk and we go, hey, I remember that. You remember that real quick. So we go back to it because it works. That's basically what the point is of the regeneration model. Everything that we process to access a resource has to work. And when it doesn't work, then we know it doesn't work. So from there, we start to derive our behaviors, we start to derive our patterns, our policies, our laws. You know, and as society unfolds, we realize some things work, some things don't work. So I promised Chris I would keep this short, trying to keep it under 5 minutes. So I'm going to give you the power punch right now. What are we going to do with the regeneration model? What are we going to do with it? We're going to light up the world. We're going to bring it to the pastors, the academics, the governance leaders, commercial leaders in a manner that it's supposed to be utilized for good. Two main things are going to happen. Number one, the value of every human being shoots up to that of higher than gold and diamonds. Knowledge is the reason. Knowledge is sourced from human beings, and every human being in their emerging state of being, processing right and wrong, what works, what doesn't, is coming from a different perspective. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Businessman. All the people you fired because they were no good, or they were useless, or they were unproductive, did you consider what just walked out the door when you fired them? By natural wiring, those people all wanted to contribute to your company. Ideas that were birthing in their minds, whether they were poor employees or whether they were fantastic employees. When you fired them, when you cut them loose because you had to offshore that company, you separated yourself from the future production and profitability of that company. So there's your gut punch, and we're going to put that right. We're going to put that. I hate to use the word down your throat, but it's going to go down your throat. You're going to hear the pastors repeating this. The academics are going to catch on, and it's not Bible thumping at all. I'm going to tell you where it's coming from. It's coming from all the major human disciplines that have been around since we started recording language, and your alphabet is the first evidence of it. So what are we going to do with this? As far we talked about the governance or the business. Now we're going to talk about how it's going to impact the government. Okay, and the government, that we're going to use this to shore up the laws. We're going to shore up the laws by identifying what doesn't work, and then we're going to find out who's stealing from us. And I'm just going to put the oligarchs on warning. You are unfortunately categorized as detrimental. There's nothing wrong with building a profit, but you built your profit on the back of people who wanted to contribute for a reason. They belong. They belong in society. They belong as part of the human race. And you people who are deeming human beings as unvaluable and superfluous, no. Shame on you oligarchs who are running people out of their houses and taking over their lands so that you can take the mining shaft and the plutonium and whatever else you're doing. And shame on the leaders in the United States who have facilitated poor financial habits, poor financial policies that allow for them to be on the take. Those practices are all on alert. This video and others that we do are going to be useful in identifying what works and what doesn't. And when we find who is responsible for what doesn't work, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to tell you who's going to do something. You're going to do something. You're going to be proactive in getting yourself out of a debacle when it comes to your own reputation. Okay? My reputation is solid. My reputation is so solid, I've been recording it and it's on paper with the Navy. So come on, take your best shot. My reputation is solid. Okay, good luck. But I'm going to just leave it at that. I don't appear like a crazy man. I'm very excited about this. I know you will be too. We're going to build some things. We're going to do good things in this country. And you people with all the money, you're going to pay for it. Oh, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy it. And you know what? The poorest people in your country are going to be bussed around and enjoy some of the most beautiful scenery on a bus that you fund. We're gonna bus kids out of school, and we're gonna give them what are those days called where you're out? Field trips. We're gonna have field trips for kids. Can you imagine that? Taking a boat ride. How about on your yacht? How about on your third yacht? Let's do that too. You're going to get real friendly with the people, because you know why? Knowledge comes from people, and guess what else comes from it? Profitability. But you have to let it evolve, and these companies that we build, that's where the skills are discovered, and that's where the ideas are birthed. And you got to stop selling corporations, and you got to start building them. That's what we're going to do here. Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you, brother. That's it for now.